increase just evaporate over a given number of weeks?
Well, Abenomics was a three-legged stool. Monetary policy led by Kuroda was and is extremely expensive. And indeed, liquidity has been injected. It gave a lot of boost to expectations.
Up we go.
And optimism, etc., etc. But then, when it came to the third leg, which is the structural reform, the tough things politically that the Prime Minister promised at the beginning, this is now lagging behind. And this in and of itself means that this stool is not going to be stable.
Okay, but the stools that we're on, this goes back to the previous hour, Elga Barsh of Morgan Stanley saying less inflation out there. This is the arch question, Jacob. Can central bankers manipulate price increase? Can they do that?
Manipulation is somewhat has a normative connotation. Can central bank's policy impact on prices? The answer is very much so. And yes, the main mechanism by which prices go up in a steady situation is through monetary policy. Now, what we have had recently in the United States, for example, and you can ask, how come prices are not going up so much with so much liquidity? And the answer is because so much liquidity was injected into the economic system, but it was diverted to the financial markets. That's why.
Do you agree with Paul Krugman that we need stimulus removed from J.P. Morgan and other major banks? Do we need a more effective fiscal stimulus across?
Because that would be the third arrow here, right? If we were
No, the issue is not increasing government.
I just want to get you going here this morning.
You are getting me going very much so. The important thing is, when interest rates are zero, what it means is that investors and everyone is chasing after yield. If you are chasing after yield, you are looking for activities that are more risky. And if activities are more risky, there are distortions in the system. Risk is not always properly priced. Okay. People go to the financial markets instead into real investment. That's why it is so important that the Fed finds its way and the time to raise interest rates.
Jacob Frenkel with us, fired up this morning.